Hey, you guys, Desmond here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel. And today we are here to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race UK Series 4, Episode 4. We're already on Episode 4. Already, chatty me. Like, I can't believe it's already been 4. This season's flying by already. You stop that. You stop that right there. But I am enjoying this season, so this has been a really good season. That's one thing. This year we've gotten some pretty good seasons of television.
Yeah.
It's just when we get to the end.
It all goes downhill at the end.
Yeah. But anyway, before we get into it, I just want to remind everyone to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, we really do appreciate the love that we've been shown for these videos. So join the family, like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And if you want, hit that little bell notification so that you're notified when we post. Because right now we don't have a set schedule. I don't know.
Lately, it's been coming out like Sundays and Mondays.
Yeah, maybe one day we will, but I'm not sure because we're both extremely busy. So we just try to fit it in when we can.
Get in where we fit in.
Get in where we fit in, okay?
And if
what
you're
did you
from
think?
Texas, you know what this is for. And I should be there now, but I got sick.
So what did we think of this episode?
It was a pretty decent episode. I was a little worried there in the middle.
This was another good episode. Like UK4, they're really showing out. I'm like, okay. Maybe they're finally starting to listen to what the fans have been saying. Maybe. Yeah, I enjoyed this episode as well. But let's go ahead and get into it. So, wrong button. There we go. Bam and bam. So we start off after Copper Top, aka Ginger, was eliminated last week. Oh, I thought it was funny when Black Pepper accidentally called her Ginger, and the whole room just lost it. They lost it. Like, Ginger.
Who's Ginger?
But they were sitting there, and not Copper, now I'm calling people Copper Top. Cheddar Gorgeous, Cheddar Gorgeous, yeah, Cheddar Gorgeous, was sitting there and basically saying that she feels like she should have been up there lip syncing with her partner. And Jombers was like, no, I shouldn't have. That's pretty much what she was saying, even though I feel like Jombers and Black Pepper should have been the two lip syncing from last week. Honestly, she feels the same way I feel about group challenges. If you're going to work in a group, you need to be judged as a group. I've always said that. So I'm glad we're on the same page, because if it was Desmond's Drag Race, she would have been up there lip syncing last week. I mean, Jombers would have been up there, not you, Cheddar. You would have been fine. But it's the next day in the wig room. They're all sitting there, and they congratulate Miss Dakota Schiffer and Baby on their win. Dakota is got her a second badge already.
I was confused by that, and then I remembered the group challenge.
Baby, she's sneaking up on these girls. I didn't have her nowhere near my top, but baby, she said, don't believe me, just watch.
Right, me too.
She's like, yes, I still got it. But yeah, her and Baby got praised. We get our Ru mail from Mama Ru herself. She comes in and announces that we're doing a cheeky twist on musical chairs. I love a silly mini challenge. I do. I love a silly mini challenge. So they had their 15 minutes to get into quick drag. This is our pit crew member for the week.
Hey.
The chairs. And what did you think of this mini challenge of musical chairs?
It was so goofy.
It's something you needed. Like, this is just fun.
And we haven't had a silly one in quite some time. And yeah, I liked it. It was cute. Well, I didn't understand why they were putting rolls in their bums, but
I don't understand why LaFille did that either. I don't. But I always say the mini challenges should be silly, because it's just something fun, just to break up all that tension that be in the room. from,
Yep.
previous elimination and all the stress from actually competing. It's just a moment just to laugh and have a good time. But our winner was Pixie Polite.
Hey.
And because she won, she gets to choose the teams for this week's Maxi Challenge, Catty Man, which is an improv challenge where they're on a talk show and they have to improv through different situations, very similar to Bossy Rossi.
Yes.
So because Pixie won, she gets to choose the teams. She chose pretty much down the line here, Dakota, Phil, and Baby, and then Black Peppa, Jombers, and Sminty drop. And she chose Cheddar and Danny for herself. Honestly, if I was there, I think these would have been the two I would grab too. Give me Danny, give me Cheddar, let's go.
Right.
Because just from the past few weeks, I'm trying to think. I might have chose Jombers. I might have. But like Cheddar and Danny, those would have been the ones for me. So it's time to get into the improv challenge, the Catty Man. Up first, we have Cheddar Gorgeous. How do you think she did?
She did really good. Like, I laughed through this whole thing.
Yes, and she played pretty much the straight character, and also like the narrator. She kept the story going. I was worried at first when she came out. I'm like, oh, she's gonna be too focused into that character, but she ate this.
She got through it.
She did such a really good job. And same for Danny Beard. Like she came out and oh my goodness.
And owned that role, man.
Really did. Like hooping and hollering the whole time. And even Pixie, in my opinion, she stole the show.
Yes. And should have won.
Well, we'll get to that because she should have. She on the stage. She had the down.
Because, like, who'd have thought to come out looking a hot mess like that?
Baby. But overall, these three did an amazing job. I agree. I think Pixie did the best out of this group, but they were all like A's. They're like A. And Pixie was just an A+. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They were all great. It was just Pixie was just like right here. Just a little bit above.
Just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more. And we'll get to that runway, that beautiful runway she had. But yeah, she was just a taddest bit more there for me. So we move on to the next group and we have Dakota Schiffer at first. And I thought she did a decent job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
No.
It wasn't particularly good either.
No. I mean, I cackled a little bit.
Yeah, she had a few jokes. I was like, okay.
She tried.
Same thing for Baby.
Same thing for Baby.
Yeah, like she had a few jokes. She struggled a little bit. I do not agree with her bottom two placement, but we'll get to that.
No, I don't agree with her bottom placement either.
LaFille. Where was she? No, for real.
I got confused.
It was just Baby and Dakota really carrying that scene, and LaFille was just like nodding her head at times.
Like, I got confused because I was like, space-time continuum. What are you talking about?
That was a Doctor Who reference.
Oh, I guess.
I'm gonna say I caught it. It wasn't funny, but I'm like, oh, Doctor Who. But yeah, it's just yeah. But overall, I feel like they did okay.
Yeah, they did okay. Like, it was a couple of chuckles. I mean, it could have been better.
It could have.
Like, on everybody's part, but.
And we're going to move to the final group. We have Black Peppa here, who, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was just okay. I don't think I chuckled at her not once, but like she was doing okay.
Right.
Like I was like, yeah, I was there. Sminty drop again was just there.
I lost her.
But at least she admitted that she blacked out, and when she came back to, she's like, wait, what happened? that's always my biggest fear when I have to perform in front of somebody, that my stage fright, because I do suffer from it, kicks in and I just sit there like, just can't move, can't speak. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You
So
get
I saw,
paralyzed.
yeah, I saw what's happening. I'm like, oh, poor Sminty, poor Sminty, poor Sminty. And then we had Jombers Blonde. Now I cackled at Jombers. I did. She came out and she, honestly, if she wasn't there, if she was not there, ooh-wee.
Yeah,
But yeah.
right. Because I don't think I really just laughed until she got out there.
Oh yeah, I didn't start laughing until she got there. I agree with that 100%. She came in and she started caring. She's like, y'all struggling, let me help y'all. And honestly, it really picked up Black Pepper, I'm sorry. Because once she came out, Pepper sparked up too. And that's when I started laughing at Pepper.
Because I think like Pepper was on one and it would have been okay, but Sminty came and like brought it down. And so once Jumpers came and picked the mood back up, then Pepper just was
Bounced
like,
off
okay,
of
bet you gave me something to work with.
Yeah, and I was watching an exit interview that she was doing with Why She Black on Pop Buzz, that's what it's called. And she was like, there was a whole bunch of bits they had planned, but when she got there, she just like we spoke, she just froze. She was like, so everybody else is trying to work around her and try to be like, hey, bring it back. Bring it back. But yeah. So we normally don't talk about the mirror moments, but now that we have a little bit more time, and I thought this was one that was a little different. So Black Pepper was talking about the importance of her hair. And, being someone who's had their own struggles with their hair. And I don't think I'm fully over the fact that I had to cut off my dreadlocks. For those who don't know, I used to have really long locks. I think there was in one video before I cut them off. I think it was in one video, and I think it's on one of those season 12 videos that we uploaded. It's like
right, it is.
The very first one with the face on.
I think you cut them off by episode 4.
Yeah. So if you want to go back and see me with locks, they're there. But yeah, it was just those locks were a part of my identity, and it's been years since I've cut them, but I'm still just kind of.
You're mourning the loss still.
Yeah, I thought I would have been over it by now, but I don't think people realize how much I loved having long hair, because the same thing Black Pepper was told as a kid, saying, oh, boys aren't supposed to have long hair, they're supposed to do this, supposed to do that. I was told the same thing. So it was just like, yay, I finally have long hair, and now it's falling out.
Right.
So
yeah, because when I cut even just the sides of my hair, like I think that's where a lot of my depression came from. When I cut the sides of my hair. Like, yeah, the top was long and everything else, but I felt like, one, I looked really butch because I have really broad shoulders and obviously a large chest and stuff like that. But like, I'm so glad my hair is back. Like, I'm like, oh, look, I have hair.
Yeah. I don't know. I just still expect mine just to start growing again one day.
Right.
And I think I need to let that go. And that might help. I don't know. But yeah, it's still something that I struggle with because I miss my hair. I still have it in a bag because locks can be reattached. So I've kept them. They're in my closet. I look at them quite often. But yeah, so I understood the conversation when it comes to hair in the Black culture. So yeah, I just wanted to give that a little moment before we hit this runway. Up first, we have Mama Ru. What did we think of this look here?
I did not like this. I did not enjoy this at all.
Yeah, I wish she would have committed to one or the other. Because, like, if it would have just been the mini skirt,
it would have been great. If it would have just.
If she would have committed to the gown,
tassels.
Yeah.
It
would have been great. But not committing just kind of threw it off for me.
Right. Because they look like Right? From the neck up.
But yeah, I'm with you on this.
And then the fact that it was pants made it worse.
That part.
Because at least if it had been like a skirt and kind of flowed and you got a little peekaboo of a leg on the other side, then you'd have been like, oh, okay, maybe it was a design choice. I mean, it's still a design choice, but the pants just kind of threw it off. Because at first I was like, okay, leg. Then she started walking. I said, that's a damn pant leg. Nope, I don't like it.
We are joined this week by the lovely Michelle Visage, Alan Carr, and Allison Hammond.
And who was freaking amazing, bro.
She was. Again, the level of judges we've gotten this year, I really do appreciate that they're bringing in people who are fans of drag, either know of the show or actually watch the show, to the point where they don't look like idiots up there trying to critique somebody.
Right. It's fair.
Yeah, and they love Miss Allison here. They say she is huge in the UK. They loves her. So it's good to see. Good to see. So the category for tonight is the main event. Tell me why, when we were in the workroom and she said, category is the main event. And I'm like, and then she said, I love your hair. Where'd you get it? Or something like that. And I'm like, wait, I don't get it. The main event? Because I didn't have the subtitles on. It's like the main event. So like, are you supposed to dress
like a lion?
No, I was thinking more like a circus event, like anything in the circus. I'm like, oh, the main event. Okay, cool. I could be the ringleader and come out, give a real sick.
You were thinking MAIN.
That.
Instead of MANE.
And it wasn't until the category, until they started walking out, and I'm like, the main event.
As soon as somebody mentioned something about hair, I was like, oh, okay, they're talking about hair on the runway. Then I saw Baby's outfit, and I was like, oh, okay, man.
Not your hair, something like it. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I still don't get it. I had a moment, but let's get into it. First is Danny Beard. I thought this was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the safe side, but it's cute. I really like the wig. I really like that wig. Up next is Cheddar Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Cheddar Gorgeous.
Stop calling.
Goodness. Cheddar Gorgeous. What did you think of this look?
Hilarious. It gave me Cat's vibes, which I'm sure was the point. I really enjoyed the makeup though.
The makeup is amazing. Overall, really liked it. And then I also like how she coughed up a fur ball on the runway. I thought that was, I'm like, yeah, just tie in the full thing. Overall, I really did like this. Up next is Pixie Polite. 8. 8. 8.
Yes.
And
again, don't understand why she didn't.
And she has really been turning it on the runway. I was not expecting that from Pixie. But she's a fashion queen. She a look queen. I was like, okay. Because remember, I think it was last week, the neon look with the pink and green and that long, 22-inch green. Woo! She has really been turning it for me. This is a really good look. Really good look. Up next is Dakota Schiffer. What did you think of this look here?
Looks like what Shangela was trying to make on season 2. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I mean, wonderful, tribute to Grandma, but
I don't like it.
Again,
I didn't care for this at all. At all.
I think if she'd have stuck to one curtain color,
maybe. But even that, I'm not even sure.
Because without the train, it's cute.
You're right. If she would have cut the train, but I still don't see how this is the main event. I don't see how that fits the category.
Well, okay, did you listen to her explanation?
She mentioned something about her grandmother.
Okay, so rewinding it back to the workroom, she said when she was growing up, they used to be able to play with dolls. Her and it wasn't
Oh,
her
I remember that
brother, her
conversation, yes.
cousin. Yeah, they used to go to their grandmother's house, and grandma didn't judge. Grandma had all these little curtains that had all these big tassels, and they used to go and use the tassels as hair. So in tribute,
this is what I say to that. Great story, but you shouldn't have to explain your look to us on the runway.
That part.
Because you should be able to walk out and we're supposed to be able to get, the main event. I get it. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
And I'm assuming they let her be safe just because she had the tassels on her head.
Honestly, I feel like we'll get to it. I do agree with her safe placement. Baby's up next. I love this.
That is so fucking cute though. I don't understand why nobody else liked it.
She walked out in this, I'm like, okay. I will say Black Peppers is better. But
it is.
She walked out in this, I'm like, this is really cute.
It's freaking adorable. I love the hat. The color looks great on her skin. Yes. I said she should have been a woman.
This is really good. This is really good.
Because she's a funny looking man, but she is a gorgeous fluffing woman.
Up next is LaPhil. I actually like this. And yeah, I like this. It's like my body wants to say no, but I'm sitting there, I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this.
No, I mean, I like
it's a very middle of the road look. I like it very much.
It's all right,
I think it's the wig. I think I would have done a different wig for this.
That part.
I think that's what's getting me is the wig.
I'm just glad she did, a hair reveal at the end.
Yeah.
Because if not, it would have looked really messy. Because the little braided thing at the top, I'm like, what is this and why?
Up next is Black Pepper, honey.
Yes.
Look at the skin. Comfortable in my skin. Ow. Sorry. This is amazing.
Everything.
It's
everything.
Unique. Like I live.
I love it.
I live it.
And to have the cameo made out of hair too. Yes.
This is really good. Up next is Sminty Drop. I really like this look. When she walked
out, I enjoyed the outfit.
I was like, okay. I'm like, this ain't cute enough to save you, but this was good.
Right?
I was like, all right. And I'm like, it reminds me of something. And somebody said moth. I'm like, there it is. Reminds me of a moth. But yeah,
I got moth.
I really enjoyed this. And I love the hair. Like the hair really works for this whole outfit. Up next is John Burt's Blonde. I live. I did.
I could see why they were itchy though.
Oh yeah. I would have itchy as hell. But walking out in this, all I heard was do. Hey, big spinner, do. This would have been the perfect.
He got outfit. Hello Dolly, and I got When Gypsy Loves.
Oh my god! Like this would have been the perfect number for that, and then just slid to them. I'm like, yes, but we did get a little reveal. Now I didn't really care for this. I did not really care for this. This everything. This, you could have kept the coat on.
Really, she should have.
Should have kept the coat on. Should have kept it on. But these are how many queens we have? 4, 8, 9 queens here. Who had your favorite look?
Ooh. Somewhere, because I honestly, I love both of Baby and Black Pepper's outfits, and I really want to be like Baby's was my favorite just because of the hat. Like that hat was everything.
Okay, but you could, if baby, ain't nothing wrong with you saying babies is your favorite. For
Baby was my
me,
favorite.
I think I would have to say Pixie Polite had my favorite
Mm-hmm.
look of the week. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to Pixie. So Pixie and Baby, congratulations, y'all have the best looks of the week. We find out that our tops and bottoms are Cheddar, Gorgeous, Danny Beard, Pixie Polite, Baby, LaFille, and Sminty Drop. Again, we're not being judged in teams, and that annoyed me.
Right?
Because it was very clear. It was written out so well how they could do it. Because the first group, clearly the top group. The second group
Right.
was clearly the group that was in the middle. And then the bottom group should have been Black Pepper, Sminty Drop, and Jombers. Because they had the worst group. But I think they knew if they did it that way, that means they would have to put Black Pepper back in the bottom. Because out of the three, Jombers did the best. And I don't think they wanted to put Black Pepper back in the bottom. So they're like, okay, we're gonna judge individually.
Right.
But you know me, I would have judged the teams, and I've already explained how it would have fell out for me. But we find out that Danny Beard is the winner of this week's challenge.
I don't agree with that.
Danny
Danny did good. Don't get me wrong.
Danny did a great job.
I'm okay with the fact that she won, but I'm not okay with the fact that she won.
That part, like, okay, she did a good job. So it's not like, out of left field. But Pixie literally did the best. And out of them two, Pixie had the better runway. So it's just like double whammy. So
she did better in the acting challenge.
Yes.
She did better in the acting challenge. And on top of that, I feel like her outfit was better.
Correct. Same, I agree.
So I don't understand why she didn't win. That was really disappointing.
Yeah. Like, honestly, this would have been the perfect moment to elevate Pixie because Danny's already up there. So this would have been a moment to elevate Pixie and make her a real threat in the competition. And watch this mess, because I wish I would have got Pixie's face after it was announced that Danny won.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, what? And I really hope she don't let this get in her head and then she gonna end up going home next week or the week after.
Mm-hmm.
Because it can go either one or two ways. That means it's gonna push them to keep working harder, or it's gonna make them be like, oh, so I'm just not being seen. Then why am I here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But we find out that the bottom two is Baby and Sminty. Do you agree with this bottom two?
Sminty needs to be there, but Baby shouldn't.
Yeah. Out of the three they had in the bottom, it should have been LaFille and Sminty.
Yes.
But if I would have had it my way, it would have been Black Pepper and Sminty.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I would have done it in groups. But yeah, so out of the three they had there, I was shocked that Baby was in the bottom two. I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, are you wanting a good show? Is that why you did it?
Honestly, that was my first thought. I was like, oh,
and then watching
they're playing in my girl's face.
Let's get to the song Respectable by Mel and Kim. And my thing is, Baby, of course, slayed as always, but Sminty was doing just as good.
Yeah.
So if you would have put her against LaFille, you still would have had a cute little show.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, I was so proud of Sminty. Because, Baby was slaying. I was expecting.
Yes, all day.
But Sminty was, I'm like, okay, Sminty.
Sminty was trying to keep up.
I'm like, this could be a double set. This really could have been.
And I wouldn't have been mad at it if it had been.
Like, this is
because as soon as Sminty was walking off, I was sitting there and I was like waiting for Ru to go, wait.
Yeah. And this type of queen, RuPaul loves a queen like Sminty. So I was really confused on that. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, she did a good job. Now, granted, Baby wiped the floor with her.
She did. Mops.
But
swept,
she still did a great job up there. She held her own. So I really thought it was going to be a double save, a double Shantae. Because what's happening. We get one pretty much every season on UK now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, okay. But yeah, Baby clearly won the lip sync. So I'm not too upset. But I'm going to miss Sminty. I didn't see her going home this soon.
Yeah.
I really did not see her going home this soon.
Right.
I saw
Well,
her making at least top 6.
She's the first one of my top 3 to go home.
So it's just like, okay, all right, fine.
I guess.
Baby won the lip sync, which I agree with wholeheartedly. She ate.
full on.
She ate.
I'm feeling for her because the tapes fell off, and I see she got nipple rings. So I'm like, be careful walking, so don't pull.
Yeah, we don't want to pull that out, honey. We do not want to pull that out. But that means, unfortunately, Miss Minty Drop must get out of here. And she had probably one of my favorite exits ever.
Right? She's like, I'll give
Honestly,
you my half-ass twerk.
I think this tops Vanjie's and Jimbo's elimination. Jimbo's Canada elimination, not her UK versus the world elimination. I think it tops that. I don't know. Jimbo's was so good. Dropping down to the ground. What? I still think about that all the time. I do. But this right here, I think
I was hollering.
I was cackling.
Right.
Cackling.
You know, our dear friend and her spoiler self was like, I think the person who left had the best exit ever. And I was like, what the okay, let me go. Oh, yeah, I agree. Maybe not the best, but one of the best.
It might be the best for me. It might. I'll have to really think about it. It's a close between her and Jimbo. It's really close. Because baby, they both gave such great exits. But yeah, I had to get a screenshot of her exit. It was too good not to. Everybody's reactions.
And then she flipped the hair and was like,
yes, RuPaul was livid. Honestly, I think she just got herself an invite to a Versus the World. This moment right here.
Yep.
Like, you know what? I can see her coming back. Or whenever they do the UK All Stars, I could be like, okay, go ahead and bring home back in.
Yep.
But yeah, everybody was.
If you can make Ru laugh at the end when you leave, you got to either make her laugh or make her cry. It's gonna be one of them two.
Yep. But she wrote her message, and we have to say goodbye. Now,
what is up with the puffer jacket?
I have no idea. But next week we're having Larry Poppins, the Rusical, and they're gonna be live singing it.
Oh God, that sounds painful.
Now, just from the conversations, I know a few of them can sing, but I'm not sure about the others.
Right?
Not sure about the others. Because on the Girl Group Challenge, most of them rapped anyway, so you know you can make yourself good rapping. But singing?
Right.
But yes, you know, I love a good Rusical. We've been getting some pretty decent Rusicals this year and even last year.
Right.
So hopefully they stay on the track of having a decent Rusical. I still go back and watch the Moulin Rouge one. That was so good. Seasons 14.
Yeah.
I get on that YouTube and I search it every so often. I'm saying Moulin Rouge. I am in love with the love sequence between Bosco and Leland. That's Leland's name. That I'm in love. I'm like, yes! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm in love with Jason Momoa. I'm sorry. We're not talking about US 14. But this episode was pretty good. I hate that we had to see Sminty go. I was hoping she would stick around a little bit longer, just a little bit longer.
Just a little bit longer.
A little bit longer, a couple more weeks, you know, top 6, then send it to the house. But yeah, that's it. So, is there anything else you want to add to this episode?
Nope. It was a pretty decent episode.
We're going to wrap things up here. LaCresha, where can they find you on social media?
You can find me at Krisha McGill, that's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see y'all tomorrow with our Canada versus the World promo review. All right.